Just want to know why I thought it was a good idea to film a winged eyeliner tutorial and not bring any Q-tips with me. Like, can someone please tell me what was going on in my mind? Thank you.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a video which has been highly requested before I even started my YouTube, and that is how to do wing liner for hooded eyelids. I have spent ages working out how to do it best for my eye shape in particular, and I finally got it to a place that I'm happy with, so I thought I'd show you how to do that. I've gone with quite a thick look today with no eyeshadow, just so you can see it as clear as possible, but obviously feel free to tailor this to be thicker or thinner, whatever you would like. So yeah, if you want to see how I do my winged liner, just keep watching. Okay, so I'm starting with eyes that are primed and set with the transition shade, and we'll just get straight into it. I'm going to be taking the Sigma Standout Eyes Gel Liner in Wicked today. This is my favorite gel liner. It's super black and stays on for ages. And I'm going to be using this on the dirtiest E06 brush of all time. Okay, so my biggest tip for doing winged eyeliner for hooded eyes is to make sure you keep checking, staring straight ahead. I'm going to be looking into a mirror this way, so it's going to get a bit difficult for you to see that, but I'm just going to, with every line, I'm going to check how it looks with my eyes open and facing straight forward. Obviously with my eyes open, how would I check it with my eyes closed? So I like to just place my brush where the corner of my eye is, and like every other beauty blogger says, I'm going to act as if I'm extending this bottom lash line. I like to do this in small strokes to build it up, because I find it's easier to control that way. And I like to load up my brush again, and this time, I used to sort of draw it and just connect it right back, but I find that doesn't give me the most control. So what I like to do is take the brush just a little bit further from the wing and flick it back until these join up. This is very rough. We are going to go back through and make sure it all looks okay later. I then like to continue this line and drag it all the way down to my eye. And we're done. Joking. Also, I'd like to apologize for the sound of my voice. I was at uni until 3:30 this morning, and it's now very early, and yes, that also explains these delicious eye bags. Okay, and then I just fill this in. Alright, once we've got that roughly coloured in, I then go to draw across the actual lash line. So I start much thinner than what I'm actually going to make it, and connect these two up. And then I go in and perfect this little transition, well, as perfect as I can make it. Wow, this is much harder to do on camera than I imagined. This is where what I said about looking straight forward and checking comes into play, because you'll see if I'm turning sort of to the side, it looks a bit funny, but when you look straight forward, you've got that wing shape. Because of where this will fold over at the lid, it won't quite line up. I then just run this along the rest of my lash line, getting progressively thinner as I get towards the inner corner. Once I get to about this point, I like to stop, because when I do the little inner corner lining, I like to do the bottom one first. I find it's easier to line up and get a natural look. It's not really natural, there's a black corner in the middle of your eye. But yeah, I like to do it this bottom line first because I find it gives a better look. So what I like to do is line it up with the natural shape of my eye. That's going to be much more complementary to whatever position your eye is in. Basically just line it up and little lines again, because this is so faint, if I mess it up I can really easily fix it. Then I load up the brush again and I pop the brush at the corner of where I've made this line and flick it back. then you'll notice that it goes from quite thin to very thick. So I like to go back in and build it up a little bit just so that line tapers out a little more evenly. I'm so nervous that I'm gonna mess this up. I've never felt so much pressure to do winged eyeliner. Alright, so that's where we're looking so far. I've got the basic shape mapped out and now it's time to go in and perfect it. If you'll see, I've gone a little bit thick just here. I'd prefer it to taper into my waterline, and so we just grab this and start to push it back. I just like it to look so it tapers into this waterline, especially if I'm going to do liner on my bottom waterline. I think it's just looks a lot neater. Okay, so I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but this line is not exactly on point yet. Because I just did a basic outline and filled it in, the edges are quite fuzzy and not very sharp, which is not what I personally am after. So I'm just going to go in, load up my brush and detail. At this stage I also like to go in and make sure it's joining up to my waterline on this side. So I just flick it in at the corner there to make sure that if I do that liner on the bottom waterline, I can't speak, if I do that then it will line up nicely. One of the most important parts for me is making sure that this point at the end is as sharp as possible. So instead of taking the brush like this, I take this pointy end here and just flick. This would be a lot easier if my brush wasn't completely filthy. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like with lashes popped on. Alright, and here it is with lashes popped on. I'm wearing my favorite K-Lux Maria lashes, which are quite literally on their last leg. They're looking a bit gross, but I can't stop wearing them, not sorry. So here's a little close-up of that. So that is all of the steps. I hope that helped you out in some way in mastering your winged eyeliner. Like with all things though, practice makes perfect, so just keep giving it a go until you get it to how you want it. If you'd like to see more little mini tutorials like this, please let me know and I will be sure to do those for you. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment and subscribe if you feel like you would like to do so, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.